Hello, I'm Valder Beebe. I'm the host and a visionary of the Valder Beebe Show's That Celebrity Interview. Good morning, Derek Beckles. Thank you so much for joining me here live in Dallas, Texas on the Valder Beebe Show. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am fine. I'm so excited. You're here to tell my audience they might be a millennial and maybe they don't know that title, Derek. Tell us what a millennial is.
A millennial's a person who was, the government claims that the millennials were born in the 1984 or afterwards, but that's not necessarily true. A lot of millennials it's a state of mind for a lot of people as well. So it's not always just about the year that you're born, but it's also about what's inside of your head. And yeah.
I'd never heard that, which I really didn't. We've always defined each group by baby boomers by their age group and millennials and Generation Z. That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, you got to get that out of your head. That's like unfollow me tweet breath. It's what you would hear if somebody said that to you. You know, it's like you have to like just make sure that, you know, you're not being crypto about it and that everybody around you understands that millennials are a movement and not just a phase. And
well, my audience understands it pretty well. We put out some questions, and I got a couple of questions. Will you take those for me? They want to know, what do millennials want from brands? That was the number one question.
From brands?
From brands. What do they want from brands? Because they seem to be very brand oriented.
Oh my God, millennials ask that question. That's interesting. I'd say that they want another. In most cases, they want brands to promise them that another Matrix movie's coming out, and I'm not joking.
It is funny though.
That's like a documentary for a lot of people, including myself. I'd also say that in terms of brands, that they probably want them to just defrag a bit on like the hard sell and just like, you know, as a brand, just try and like, don't be such a Bitcoin. You know?
Okay, and they want them to live up to, I guess, what they sell. I think that's really big for them. You know, if you say you're this.
Yeah. You don't get me started.
Well, you're going to be answering these questions on Adult Swim. Tell me about your show.
Yes, I made the show with some friends of mine, and I think it's going to be very interesting in that I think that a lot of people will learn things about millennials, and we have some very good guests on, but we also tackle some tough issues. We have a band called Surfboard is on, and they Surfboard play music while a pregnant girl's inside of a booth, and she learns lessons. There's a lot of like important things that go on. She's a pregnant teenager, and we believe in that. So that happens on the show, as well as guests, and there's an audience. There's also music on the show, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people.
The show is titled Mostly for Millennials, and you guys say you guys love that show, and you're tuning in and you're connecting with it. Let me ask you another question. I've got another Facebook question here. They want to know, why are millennials different from their parents?
Millennials are different from their parents because, you know, their parents aren't part of the computer generation as much as millennials are. Their parents also probably have boring names, and millennials have more exciting names. So I would say that, like, in a lot of cases, millennials don't want to be their parents. They're just kind of waiting for their parents to die so they can have their houses, and that's what 95% of millennials believe in. They also believe that if you look at this statistic right here, that they don't think Alaska should have the internet, which I feel is very interesting, and maybe that goes back more towards your branding question. And have you seen what's on the internet?
Yes. I think the internet is quite an entertaining place, personally. But you're hitting on a core
It's
subject, talking about millennials. And will
yeah.
millennials always be the generation we're going to talk about? This will be my last question. Or will Generation Z take over?
I think the millennials are going to be the last generation on the planet, and they will take over. I think anyone who does not get to know a millennial very soon and become their friend will pay the price for it. There will be a wrath coming.
Ooh, okay. And this is the kind of advice you dispense on your show, I'm thinking.
No, not always. I mean, I think that's one of the more positive messages that we have on the show, but we also get serious about things.
Okay, well, I got to tune in because I think this is pretty cool.
I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being on the Valder Beebe Show.
Thank you, Valder.